Highway to the end of the night, end of the night, end of the night. Take a journey to the bright midnight, end of the night, end of the night. Realms of bliss, realms of light. Some are born to sweet delight. Some are born to sweet delight. Some are born to the endless night. End of the night. End of the night. End of the night. End of the night. To live, time to lie, time to laugh, time to die. Take it easy, baby, take it as it comes. Don't move too fast, and you want your love to last. Are you been moving much too fast?
Good morning. I was too drunk to drive home, so I decided to stay here. Want a beer?
Well, morning after blues. I had too much to drink last night. Morning after blues. I had too much to drink last night. Now my stomach's inside outside, and my head ain't working right. Well, I drank the finest wines, Thunderbird and Muscatel. Yes, I drank the finest wines, Morgan David and Muscatel. Now the floor has gone all lopsided, the whole world has gone to hell. I finished off the grape, I started riding up on the brew. Yes, I finished off the grape, I started riding up on the brew. Now my legs feel just like rubber bands, and my brain like cabbage stew. Well, I'm gonna go off the stuff, gonna start to living right. Oh yes, I'm hopping on the wagon, gonna start to living right. Well, I ain't gonna touch another drink, not until next Friday night.
Realms of bliss, realms of light, summer born to sweet delight, summer born to sweet delight, summer born to the endless sky, end of the night. End of the night, end of the night, end of the night.
I think in the beginning I probably did not grasp the amount of work it would be. It was a lot of work. But I also did not realize how you fall into that process and it just consumes you. I mean, when I woke up to do that film the first day, it was kind of a blank as to what I expected. In some ways it was easy because I just took the direction of Danny. I didn't really have a lot of decision-making process of my own, which is easy. And in other ways it was hard because it wasn't something I did. I did not know, how much would go into the hair, the running, the waking up, the staging. I think in some ways it was easier, in some ways it was harder. I don't think there is a yes or no either way on that, but I just remember I'm glad I did it. And you're so much younger then, to go back and say, today would I be able to put out that? And probably not, but it just becomes a tile in the mosaic of you. And I think that was, in mosaic it was easy, tile by tile it was hard.
I remember there was a party scene, but having seen it recently, I forgot I was wearing my sari. Wearing that was never having to say you're sorry. And it was a purple sari. It was. I remember it being really tight, and I had been losing weight. And did I have a hat on? I had a hat on. Was it my Stetson? Yes, my Stetson. I had a 5X Beaver Stetson that I had gotten in high school, and I wore that in that movie and a couple other movies, and that ended up getting eaten by moths. But the odd thing about that scene was my friend Brian Powell was in it, that I worked with, who was one of my inspirations for becoming a musician. And the two women there, one was my then wife or girlfriend, and the other one was her sister. And I'd totally forgotten about that. But it was a fun scene, and it was a typical party scene. You just act drunk. And by the way, you'll see me doing a lot of drinking in these films. I hadn't had my first drink at that point.
The jetty, the falling, which we didn't do until later, off the raft. I can't swim. And for me to fall in and really make it look like I wasn't like stepping in, I want to drown. It was hot that day, or to be in winter clothes, unlike, so that was probably the most, from a physical standpoint, it was like the polar opposite, no pun intended, polar, from the cold. It was basically the same fear personified, except this time I had to go in the water, whereas like before in the jetty scene I was trying not to get in the water, whereas this time I was going in. And I thought, I knew that I was going to be caught, but you're thinking, like every other actress or girl or whatever, what if I weigh too much and like clobber this guy and drown us both? So for a number of reasons, that scene was no fun.